So this one I'll label blame the computer. I'm gonna share the I'll go and share the page without sharing the picture of the person right here. Well, we'll see the name, but yeah. The 2.6. It's right there. But for the audio listeners, they don't see anything. Yeah, for the 2.6 billion, which was we had to mention the name. Yes, it was Colin Imbert, finance minister. Yes. Right. The 2.6 billion, which erroneously wasn't stated in TNT's 2023 revenues and subsequently caused a problem between the government and the Auditor General recently, was due to a new automated system across the financial sector, which is operated by the central bank. Finance Minister Colin Imbert confirmed the last Friday. Imbert said this country's 2023 accounts were submitted on January 31st, 2024, deadline to the Auditor General. But because of challenges following the introduction of a new automated system, actual revenue was initially underreported by 2.6 billion. So, essentially, there was a problem with the way that they clearing checks now. They used to clear checks and it had to be mailed officially, via paper. But under this new system, here's the part in the article. Under this new system, physical checks are no longer required to be transported from commercial banks to the central bank and then back to the IR for reconciliation. Instead, checks are scanned and images are uploaded to the electronic clearing system, then transmitted to CBTT, shortening the time for clearing checks. Which is a thing. In the States, when you have to cash a check, you take a picture of it and you upload it and the check cash in how long it is, because there is no physical reason that you have to see the actual check. Checks have numbers on them. They reconcile the numbers because the number linked to a checkbook. The checkbook was issued by the bank, and you could there are many ways that you could double check it, right? Apparently,
but it's only for like a certain amount. If it's over a certain amount, you can scan it.
Yes, correct. Yeah. So this system has been put in place in Trinidad. The central bank put it in place. And somewhere along the line, one of the electronic checks didn't make it to get to get cash. I don't know.
Is it a problem with the system or a problem with how the people are using the system?
Good question. So, IR officers, IR stands for
Internal Relations.
Inland Revenue, right?
Yeah.
Right. IR officers said it was difficult to easily access the new electronic check clearing platform. Further, files on the platform contain multiple tax types instead of being batched into various tax types, as previously explained. Imbert said that the new electronic system doesn't batch the tax types and instead sends all the files to one IR. This created difficulties.
Okay. So, this is a new system, right?
Yeah.
So, you went through a whole implementation phase. You get a problem, you make a solution, you test it, you develop it, you implement it, but you didn't realize it not doing what you wanted to do when you're in production.
That it wasn't replicating what you were replicating or making better what you were doing physically. Yeah.
So the kind of saying it's not doing what it's supposed to do, and you're supposed to test it before you implement it, that type of thing.
I don't know how to interpret it.
Yeah.
But it seems like, and I can't be sure, that the people who put it in place were like, oh, when y'all get it, all you can just batch it into the types that it's supposed to be. And they'll be like, oh yeah, cool, no problem, cool.
Yeah,
and then when they actually got it, they were like, how do we batch it?
Yeah, but you're supposed to test that. Okay, let me do a little training. This is how you do the batching. Let me test the system, not do it when it live with the actual live check data. So it's either this is the first time they're doing it, and they really don't know how it's supposed to work, or they did it before and it's something happen along the way? Because I don't wanna think this is the first time they're coming across this issue. They didn't think that, okay, for the system to work, it need to do batching in a certain way, and there's not something we think about testing or looking at before.
All right. So it seemed like the problem is the Inland Revenue people. Let me tell you why. It says, under this new system, physical checks are no longer required to be transported from commercial banks to the central bank. So the commercial banks would upload all the information to the central bank. And the central bank, more than likely, would be the people that put the system in place. And the central bank would be like, yeah, we seen everything cool, working here, blah, blah, blah. And then it has to go back to Inland Revenue for reconciliation. Reconciliation means what you saw is what I saw.
Yeah.
The people in Inland Revenue, they probably never see the system.
Right. So don't blame the system.
Yeah.
Blame your process into your implementation process. You do things in silos. The people call Inland Revenue's government, right? The people in Central Bank, nobody system. People in Inland Revenue don't know how things are supposed to be, or how the new process is supposed to be. Right? You think it's a system problem or like a process?
I don't think it's a system problem, because the system's job is to scan the images and put them in a place where everybody can access it at the same time, so that you won't have the back and forth. Basically, the thing was 3 days to go one place, 3 days to go one place. All of we could just look at the same, let's say for example, a Google Drive, and we all go in the Google Drive. You check what you have to check, you fill out your spreadsheet. I check what I have to check, you fill out your spreadsheet. Then we compare spreadsheets. If the numbers add up on the two spreadsheets, that's reconciliation, right? Essentially.
Yeah.
Somebody couldn't go in Google Drive properly, or somebody couldn't sort in Google Drive properly. And because they couldn't sort it properly, they were like, this thing not batching. We're not getting this type of file to match with that file. You could sort by date, you could sort by file type. Right. Somebody was like, we can't sort by file type, boy. You know which button to press? No, I don't know which button to press. Okay, wait. No, don't press that button, boy. Yeah, no. Call them in Central Bank. No, don't call by Central Bank, boy. They will get vexed with you, because they're supposed to be not talking to us. And I think
it couldn't be read by the gen tax system without errors, right?
Yeah,
exactly. You need to test that before you go with production. If you know it how to integrate with your gen tax system, don't wait until you're doing your auditor general's thing to be like, hey, let me check this and see if this working.
So the people in Inland Revenue was just sitting down waiting for the physical checks to come, and then somebody come in one day and say, hey, we have this new system, will you go log in with this username and password, go and see what it have inside dinner? And they like, what's this? This is not Gentax. And they're like, don't worry, you can get it in Gentax easy, just download all the files and put it inside. But the errors were occurring because they were experiencing difficulty with the magnetic ink character recognition used to verify check legitimacy required to recheck. I hope that they didn't print out checks on paper and then try to pass it through our MICR, like a magnetic ink reader, and then be like, oh yeah, we can. Just sorry, I wouldn't assume that out. That's nope.
Right, he says the electronic system doesn't batch the tax types, instead it sends it as one file. So why you get a system not doing it like that? And I don't know why. Like, if you know you're getting a new system and you know it how to integrate with this other system, the integration point, you had to test to see, okay, sending it in this format, make sure this one could consume it.
Yeah, but from what I know from the people that are working, shout out to all the people that I know working in different ministries, they have 20 people. Right? Let me say hypothetically, they have 20 people that go and open a bag of checks and physically look at each check number and put them in a particular envelope or tray or something, and that is batching for them. So So if you do that digitally, you know every time you scan a check, you had to put the batching system in place one time. But remember, the central bank, their job is not to do that. Their job is to, well, I guess they probably have some sorting, but their job is to collect the checks from the bank and check for legitimacy and take the money. But Inland Revenue now have to check things by tax brackets and who sent what and the amount and all them kind of things. So, yeah, and we just speaking in the sky right now. If anybody know better, please let us know. But this songing just like the implementation of a system where one company or one arm of the company, one department know exactly what to do, and the other department just is expected to be like, well, yeah, we're using technology, it will work. And that caused our big $2.6 billion not to be quoted in our revenue. And they blame technology.
In today's digital age, every business needs a strong online presence to reach new customers and stay competitive. But not every business needs a complex website or a full-fledged e-commerce solution. At makeITsimpleTT, we understand that every business has unique needs, and we offer a range of tailored solutions to fit those needs. Over the years, we've helped many businesses. Our services include website design and development. We create a professional and user-friendly website like these that represent your brand and drives results. Invoicing and payment processing. We can streamline your billing process with a user-friendly invoicing system that integrates seamlessly with most payment gateways, and you can receive online payments easily. We also do automated order forms, which allows you to collect orders online and customer information effortlessly and send back automated emails, notifications, and reminders, and then you just have to make the sale at the end. And in some cases, we offer custom software development, where we can create a specialized software system that meets your business's specific needs. But the key to all this is that we make it simple. If it's not easy for you to use, then we failed. So you can contact us today to learn more about how we can help make your business more successful. You can WhatsApp us at 1-868-308-8799, or you can visit makeITsimpleTT.com/business.